Welcome to this episode of Victory Laps Podcast, where we dive deep into the stories of those known and unsung. I'm your host, Malymal. To my left, I have Dominic, and behind the production, we got Bass and All Around Media. Today, we have a special treat for you coming to run their lap. Today, we have not one, but two amazing individuals. First up, we have a Gary, Indiana native and Butler Bulldog who has worked in financial services and has a background in education, is a proud woman of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and currently works as a pastry chef and CEO of the Pastry Palace, and author of The Family of Miracles. We bring you Alicia Murray. By her side, we have her other half, a Naptown native and another Bulldog, a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. You might have seen him around the ones and twos, known as DJ Get Live, 2022 Pike Coach of the Year recipient, 2023 AVCA National Diversity Awardee, and 2024 Indiana 3A Volleyball Assistant Coach of the Year, Eugene Murray. Welcome to Victory Laps, Murray family.
Right on.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wait. Now that's a little cap though. I mean, I went to class most of the time. To most of the time, turn to sometimes, but sometimes shit happen. Down at my lowest, people they ain't even noticed. Call me a real, I'm a poet. I cop it and blow it. After college was my brokest. Gotta get shit back in motion. Down at my lowest, shit got me feeling so bogus. Know I'm that nigga, I'm goated. I gotta stay focused. Lost it, regaining my focus. Gotta get shit back in motion. I'm out of the way. I need my personal space, so please get up out of my face. A smile on my face, they don't see the smile on my face, and they start getting out of their place.
All right, so to start it off, we always like to start off everything with a victory. So as this being the first episode of 2025, what victory do you guys have for us to start the year off? You can either give us one together or, separately.
I think for me, I think a victory for that I would like to say was just to have our family together for just before Christmas. We went on a cruise, and to get 20 family members together, that's a task in itself.
For sure.
But that was a victory because it was just a much needed trip for all of us.
Where'd you go?
We went to, where did we go?
Bahamas. Coco
Oh, y'all
It was a
lit.
short trip, 3
Yeah.
days, but it
A
was.
little cruise.
My mom just took a similar 3-day cruise to the
Yeah.
Bahamas. That's crazy.
That was a victory for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
That was your
great.
first cruise? Or no?
We did one for our honeymoon, but
Yeah,
that was a while ago. But for our family, that was.
I still haven't been, so you guys
Yeah,
are
I've never
inspiring me
been on
to
a
go.
cruise
It was,
Yeah.
it was my mom's first cruise for sure.
And of course,
That's what's
for our daughters, it was their first cruise, but it was amazing because, and ironically enough, we ran into some more cousins from Indianapolis
Oh, wow.
on the cruise too.
Yeah.
So
That's usually how it works.
Gotta
it
love
was
it.
good. It was cool. Another victory. Besides that, my middle daughter Sydney just left this morning, going back to New Orleans. She's in Xavier, Louisiana. So after this, she'll have one more year. She'll be graduating next year and making her way to medical school. And yesterday, we had our first ever what I would call the goodness gathering, where we just invited friends and family to come over and let's just share and talk about the goodness of God. And so I did a brunch, and I knew the weather was going to be a challenge, but I told people, hey, we're still going to do it if you're willing to come out and risk it, take your time. But so we still ended up with about 20 people or so.
Yeah, it's got about 20 people.
Oh gosh, it was
Good time.
It was a blessing. It was good to just get away and fellowship and have everybody give an opportunity to talk about what God has done for them or in their lives, It was a safe space for people to be kind of vulnerable, and some of us shared a few tears. Just a good day. It was supposed to be 10 to 1, but the last people walked out the door at 5 o'clock.
Oh, you love a good heart to heart, man.
A good day.
Especially brunch, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I was eating good.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't have no
good.
chitlins though.
Good food, good
No
conversation.
chitlins.
No chitlins.
Always talking
I
about
don't do chitlins, so
No, we're too old for
We
chitlins.
picking this up. We stopping the chitlins starting in 2025.
Yeah, we stopped.
I
These arteries are over 50 years old. We can't eat like that anymore.
So,
So no, but it was a great day.
fellowship with the good people. We love that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we done.
No. So you guys met at Butler. What's the story behind that?
Because before you tell us, from what you told us today and what we talked to Lauren about, we already getting a little bit of different stories. So we want to know. We want to know what's
Lauren?
yeah.
Oh, Matthew?
No, your daughter.
Oh, you talked to Lauren?
Yeah.
Lauren's gonna tell you the truth, though.
We got some connections.
Yeah, but she was hiding in the bushes.
Listen.
Look, we heard that. You feel me? We heard, you was supposed to go get her food. Came back 3 hours later. Your homie wanted to keep her chain.
It was 4 hours later.
Yes.
4
Yes.
That's 4 hours later.
It was. We met literally the first week. I got to Butler on a Sunday, freshman year. On Tuesday, we went to used to be 421 bowling alley up here on Michigan Road. No longer there. So the Black Student Union, every night they had activities for people to get to know each other. So we had gone bowling. Football team, they came in after practice and they walked in. The first thing he says was, "Give me some money."
Give me some money.
Who is this dude?
Let me hold something.
No, what's up? Let me hold.
No, he didn't even say, "Let me hold something." Give me some money. Corny. And so, we laughed and talked. We just bowling, having fun. And so I overheard them talking about going to White Castle on their way back to campus. And mind you, I rode the big yellow cheese bus. These guys had cars. So I said, "Hey, y'all live on campus?" And he was like, "Yeah." "Where do you live?" Now, I'm not realizing how small or big, the campus was. I just knew I lived in Switzer Hall. They were like, "We live in Ross." And I'm thinking, okay, I think it's down the street. So I said, "Hey, can y'all bring me some food back?" Gave them my little money. I know exactly what I gave them, money-wise, and I know what my order was. And so they were like, "Yeah." So I said, "Okay, I'll just wait in the lobby." What's this, 3 hours later?
I'm not even sure where we went.
They went to White Castle, the one on Michigan Road that's
But
no longer
I
there.
don't even know where we went for 3 hours though.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, it sounds like college though. In college, it's always gonna be some side missions. It's always
Side quest.
No, but seriously, it wasn't 3 hours, but it was like a good hour and a half. Because I was like, "What is taking them so long?" I'm heated because I'm hungry, and I'm like, "Forget it, I'm ready to go to bed." Finally, I see these guys walking up the sidewalk, and they're walking real slow, and they bring me my food. It was cold.
Cool.
Then his homeboy, Steve Austin.
Steve
No,
Austin.
don't put him on.
Steve Austin.
No, that's my brother. That's my brother. He's a kid, Godfather. That's my boy. But he asked me, "Can I have your change?" And I gave it to him. But so that was when I first met him. And then fast forward a few days later, he called my dorm room after dinner. And I was like, "Who is this?" Because he asked me. And I was like, he said, "This is Eugene." I'm like, "Who is Eugene?"
Government.
Yeah, government.
He gave the full government
Okay.
name. And so then every night after dinner, it started like around 6 o'clock. We would come back to dinner. I get this phone call. It was him. And that's kind of where it started. So I was flattered because I had somebody on campus kind of liking me. And I was like,
So let me tell my story.
Yes, sir.
I told the truth.
You told the truth.
It's about the same. But see, we used to, when we go to class, it would be somebody in the bushes.
In the bushes.
They didn't even have bushes.
Yeah, and we were, me and my guys were like, "Man, y'all see that or hear that?" I'm like, "There's somebody in the bushes following us." No matter wherever it went. No, I'm just kidding.
Talking about she stalking you.
Oh man.
That is not the truth. I got plenty of people that were witness. But this is kind of how it started.
Yeah, it's
Me
kind
and
of,
just-
and then
Okay.
it evolved over time, and that's at 18.
Yeah, that's
we
dope.
were kids.
It was 18, not even knowing, what we wanted to do, who we wanted to meet, or whatever. So.
And people that don't know, Butler is definitely a small campus.
Yeah,
Definitely
it was
small.
real small then. I mean, it's probably a little bit bigger now.
But much smaller.
I'm surprised they ain't bought up that land because I used to go to Cold Springs, the school right next door.
yeah.
I used to go there probably like 2-3 years. But I'm surprised they ain't bought up that land, like that land and the land with the the skate park and all of that across the way.
They
I'm
probably
surprised
tried.
Nah, for sure. They definitely
I'm sure
tried.
they did. Yeah.
They're not
And
getting
back then, it was they would go recruit in Gary, Detroit, St. Louis area.
That's how I ended up here.
Just to try to diversify the school. But it's it was still fairly small campus back then.
Yeah.
So we don't usually get two guests. So I want to do a little something different today.
Oh boy.
So I want you to tell us who is Alicia Murray, and I want you to tell us who is Gene Murray.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay. You go first, Gene.
You go first.
Yeah, ladies first.
Ladies first.
You going about her, so that
okay.
is
All
ladies
right.
first.
So Alicia Murray is a God-fearing woman that truly gives her heart to her family, her friends, with all she has. It's hard not to like Alicia. She pretty much gets along with probably maybe too many people.
Mhm.
She will go to bat for you if you're about the right. She'll go to bat for you.
Yeah.
Loving, caring. Mom, wife, daughter, sister, and all the above. I could probably go on and on and on as far as the impact she has on people. Just keep her.
That's good to know. I could say literally the same things about Gene. Gene is, everybody knows him. If you're from Indianapolis, seems like, especially, if you went to the fraternity Greek life, people have heard of him. If they haven't, it's unusual. But he's a people person. Oddly enough, he's such a people person, but definitely one of those people that kind of is weird because he doesn't open up until he gets to know people. It's odd, but it's like, but Gene knows everybody. Well, yeah, but it's not really. He doesn't know you.
Mhm.
But very caring, very passionate. He's a giver. He's the kind of person, once he commits to something, he's committed, fully committed. And if he says, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. He's just a good guy. Overall,
Thanks.
genuine,
Thanks.
a genuine, honest person. And people know him for being genuine, down to earth,
Mhm.
a go-getter.
For sure.
He's a relentless, person. He's the kind of person, he's going to take care of his family. He's going to make sure he's a provider. He's going to look after his mom and his dad. He wants to leave no stone unturned. His sisters, he's going to make sure, talk about a provider, protector, that's who he is. And
Mhm.
protector of family and friends.
We love to hear it.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, both of you can attest to this, but describe the Murray family in 4 words.
4 words.
4 words.
Relentless.
Compassionate.
Fun.
Faithful.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we have fun, faithful, passionate,
And relentless.
and relentless. That's a hell of a family.
Yeah.
I don't know how faithful was the first word that should have came out of my mouth.
Love it. We love it. So you have 3 girls together.
Yeah.
What's it like being a girl dad, and how have they impacted you?
Well, actually, it was a joke that I always said I probably have all girls.
Like a
The
devil
tongue
in
is
the power of
powerful.
tongue.
Yeah.
Say that. You messed that up, buddy.
Yeah. So I had all girls, and it's as a dad who's my dad was always involved. So I was like, well, I know I got to be involved in whatever they do. It doesn't really matter. But I know how to lay the hammer down too. But whatever they, have been involved in, like I gotta be there. It was not. It's like it wasn't an option. It wasn't. Even when my father was living, it wasn't an option for him not to do whatever he could to support them. So being a girl dad is hopefully they, at some point they'll truly look back and appreciate, and they probably will even measure up their whoever they potentially may marry.
Mm.
Will
Probably mirror you.
yeah,
In a sense.
in a sense, like they will put them up against me to say, hey,
Mm.
is he similar to my dad, or So not that I'm trying to have them do that,
Right. And the values.
But I just want them, always treat them, right. Open the doors, all the things you're supposed to do as a man. I just have to always try to do that.
For sure.
Because if I didn't, I'm sure I would have my dad, my mom, aunts, uncle, everybody saying, hey, you need to do this, So I knew early that I wanted to make sure I was always there no matter what.
Nah, for real, it's important.
So, yeah.
But it's you get a different outcome when your children feel like they were a priority.
Yeah,
present.
Yeah, and I knew it wasn't even a thought of not being present.
For sure.
Do you think it's a real thing? Like a lot of people say, like, oh yeah, like I had a girl change my perspective on how I look at females or that type of thing. Like, do you think that's true? Like
it's true, but if you always, treated like your mom or your wife, sisters, if you've always treated them, it's just a way of life.
Right.
So me having, I got, my mother has 4 sisters. I have 2 sisters. My father has, he had 4 sisters. So I knew what it was like to treat women. I saw my grandfathers, my uncles, they already laid the foundation, so I already knew what to do. I just had to make sure I did it and follow through with what I saw growing up.
Yeah, execute it.
Yeah.
Seems like you're doing a pretty good job too.
I hope so.
That's why we're here, man. Give me
I
sure. So, from pharmaceutical sales to chef to author, what inspired you, Miss Murray, to write Family of Miracles?
Um,
And before you answer, what also to add on to that, what is the message you want the book to give to readers?
I just want people to know that, for one, God is real. It's not no myth. I don't understand how anybody in this world can exist and not know that there is not a true and living God.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether they believe in Jesus Christ and that he was the son of Christ, of God, I don't know, but God is real and he operates and moves in your life if you allow him to. And so from the book, I just want people to know that he's real and God is faithful. If you come up against any trials and tests, just hold on to faith. I got that little bitty mustard seed, and the scripture says if you just have the faith of a mustard seed, and that thing is so small you can't see it, which means that all you have to just have just that little bit of faith.
Mm-hmm.
God is going to carry you through, as we talk about in our book, many of the trials and tribulations that God allowed us to live and navigate through. But we're still here. We're still standing.
Yeah. And I think I probably brought this up before on one of the other episodes, but a quote that I like to tell my kids and even my players when I was coaching, keep the faith and keep the grace. So just always being, mindful, keeping the faith, keeping the grace.
Like that.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, because without grace, where would we be?
Yeah, you always got to show grace, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly inspired you?
Oh, so what inspired me, to be honest, we've been through so many tests and trials, majority health related. His aunt would always say, y'all need to write a book. You make it look so easy, his aunt Chandra. How do y'all do it? I don't know. Nothing but God is all we could say. It just, God would just carry us through for whatever reason. So I decided, okay, well, maybe I will try to write about some of the things we have been through. I had no idea what direction we would go with this, but that was the initial inspiration. But I thought, I'm going to write Bamboozle because this life is not the way I thought it would be. So that was actually the title of a book I started writing. I had no idea what direction. I just knew we had some kind of story to tell.
Mm.
And that was kind of the beginning of what led me to say, okay, well, maybe we should. But in our conversation, it's like, okay, yeah, let's write it. But I was really the one who was going to be writing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to kind of check in, hey, what are your thoughts? What do you think? And so I was the one who initiated it.
I'm glad you said that because my next question is kind of like, not everybody's always that open, want their business out there and stuff like that. So talk to me about when she approached you about the book and everything. How did you feel,
Well, I think initially I was probably hesitant because, even though most people know us, everybody doesn't know all of the trials and tribulations we've been through. So I was a little hesitant, like, do we really want to put all of what we've been through, even though it's says good stuff, but it's how we overcome it was good. But so that was the initial challenge, just to let's go ahead and be open and honest about what has happened, because it's not like we asked for a lot of the health challenges or so forth, but I'm sure it happens to most people. So I kind of relax. Okay, let's go ahead and combine and write our kind of testimony about the different circumstances that we've gone through. So I kind of opened up and accepted the fact that I think it'll be good because it might help somebody else at the end of the day. So that's probably what when I truly agreed to it, like, okay, because somebody else might be able to benefit and learn from what we've gone through.
I think, honestly, because he knew I started it, and he didn't really express that he was hesitant, but when COVID hit all of us in 2020, and it was early, it was March of 2020, he went in the hospital with pneumonia. And of course, we were all locked in, and Lauren had to finish her senior year, her last semester at Marion. She literally had to move out, and she's here and spent all day on the couch doing work, trying to finish her degree. I had a moment in the shower where God literally just started talking to me and told me how this book was supposed to go. And I think people were calling him, for one, checking on him. Is there anything I could do? How you doing? How you feeling? And his dad, the day he got out the hospital, his dad went into the hospital with COVID. So very scary times. And like I said, this was still early in March. The first day schools were shut down, Sydney woke up sick, the very first one. So he spent almost 10, 11 days at home sick before I made him go to the hospital.
Before he went to the hospital.
Yeah. And so I think because people have been calling and checking on him, and literally he became a resource to so many wanting to know, what do I do? How do I navigate this? It was scary for so many. So it was like literally our family I felt like we were the poster children for how to navigate and make our way through this COVID that was still so scary and unknown to people. And then literally a day or two after he got out the hospital, I'm in the shower, God just starts telling me how it's supposed to be and how the title came about when we were at home. He had just got out the hospital watching TV. We literally locked in. The title of the book came, how we were supposed to navigate, who was supposed to do what, who was supposed to contribute. All of that came from literally a conversation with God in the shower.
So that's how you got the idea to incorporate the whole family in the writing?
Yes, he told me that we were all supposed to contribute to telling our experience with COVID, because we were literally in the throes of existing with COVID. I'm still coughing and hacking, and he's still recovering and not sleeping in the bed. He's still sleeping in a recliner because his lungs weren't clear. He's still taking antibiotics. London, the youngest one, she has horrible asthma. And so the night I took him to the hospital, it was the first day that they weren't allowing people to come back. They were like, ma'am, you have to leave. I was like, well, I'm going to go sit over in the lobby. No, you have to go. It's roped off. And I had to look again. I was like, oh, I was just here 2 days ago with my other daughter for something else. And they were like, no, effective today, you have to leave. You can go wait in your car. We'll get a phone number. We'll call you. And I was like, oh, man. So when we left home, London was at home doing a breathing treatment because she was sick. I had already called her pulmonologist. She was on steroids. She was on antibiotics. And she had amped up her nebulizer treatments. So I go and sit in the car, and I'm like, okay, man, this was deep. This is heavy. This is heavy. And so I just sat in the car, and I'm just sitting there. So I'm texting people, letting them know, hey, I just took them to the ER. They wouldn't let me go back. I had to literally leave and just go sit in the car. And so you can imagine every thought going through your head. What's going to happen? Is he going to live? So at the time, one of my cousins has a really close friend of hers. He's an ER doctor in New Jersey. In fact, he's a team doctor for the Jets. And so she was texting him information to pass or relay back to me. At the time, it was still so unknown. So any patient that they had coming into the hospital, they were automatically putting him on ventilators. So So in my mind, I had already prepared myself for worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So I'll be on the
They
bed.
bring out that ventilator. You almost know what it is.
Exactly. So I'm already prepared for the worst. And so I'm just sitting in the car. London's calling me, Mommy, I can't stop coughing. I just can't stop coughing. I was like, London, I don't know what to tell you because if I bring you back up here, they're going to admit you.
And I'm gonna have to leave.
And I may have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to leave you in the hospital by yourself because we have been down that road before when she's been in the hospital for her asthma. So I said, you know what? Go eat some ice. She was like, why? I said, I don't know. Just go
That's a
crush
mama
up.
answer.
Listen, right. Go eat some crushed ice. There's an ice maker up there. Go get some ice and eat it. Do you know, I sat in the car for 2 hours. When I got back home, she would stop coughing.
Hey,
That was nothing but God. I promise you, because I was like, I don't know why I would tell her to just go eat some ice randomly. She stopped coughing.
hey, you heard it here. Go eat some ice.
Yeah, go eat some ice.
Go eat some ice.
I went on the
some
bed,
ice.
but I was
in bad shape.
I was in bad shape. So
And it's crazy because with COVID, there was a lot of different, outcomes that people was going through. A lot of people was going through different stuff during that
Different
time.
symptoms, everything.
Yeah.
when I had it, everybody was, you see on the news, all this, somebody, they're counting the number of deaths
Yeah.
that people were going through. Like, so when they checked me in, I'm like, okay, I'm not, even only I think was the worst, really, on that
Right.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Because we never really seen nothing like this. Like it was just,
No,
Nah.
no.
and they was making it sound like it was the worst.
Yeah, I mean,
They
That's what
always
it
do.
felt like.
but they would, when I was in my room, they would actually, set my food in there, like, inside the door and shut the door.
Oh,
Like,
man.
Yeah, like, I'm high. I mean, it was.
Everybody was
They
shaking.
come in,
Mm-hmm.
but soon before they leave, they take off the scrubs and
Yeah.
put in a basket. I mean, it was like we truly had a plague or something,
Mm-hmm.
So it was just scary at the end of the day,
So, what's some advice you can offer to other writers?
Give yourself grace, but also get with somebody who can help you organize your thoughts and get your structure going early on. I started this writing process in November 2019. I started in 2019, and then I started writing about some of the health challenges we had then, because I had no idea. I wrote about, I started listing off some of the things we had endured beginning with 2005 up to 2019. And I had a nice little list then.
Mhm.
But I would say get with somebody who can help you get some structure and organize, because I was just out there kind of just free writing it, and 5 years later, plus procrastinating.
Now, when you say get with somebody, are we talking like a publisher or
yes,
okay?
Yeah, so one of our good friends, a fellow Butler grad, Dr. Tyra Selden, has her own company, the Selden Writing Group. And I actually, ironically enough, when I first started, I did a workshop that she hosted. She wrote a book called Just Finish It. And it talks about what you need to do to just go ahead and write. Just do it. So I attended 2 of her workshops that November 2019. And, life happens, getting away, COVID hits. And then what time comes along. And I kept saying, I need to hurry up and write this book because I don't need the Lord to give us any more content for this book. The longer I hold off, I feel like He's going to allow more things to happen. And but I would say just get with somebody who can help you organize. And because up until April of last year, I think, I would write a little bit here and there. I had connected with somebody else who gave me some ideas on how to navigate with the book, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's good, but I still just wasn't moving.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyra reached out to me and she said, hey, our mutual friend God. I was like, yeah. She said, he told me to let's get this going. Send me everything you have. Let's remove all the barriers. We'll work out all the details, logistics later. Just send me what you have. And so that is what actually kind of just gave me the push, because I have been procrastinating. It was almost like, it felt like a burden, because here I am, I'm like 5 years in and I still don't have it done, but I knew that this was an assignment that I had to complete. God wouldn't let me rest. I had to get it done, but I'm like, God, I just need to get it finished. I feel like I needed somebody to kind of help me along the way and help me really walk through that thing. And when she came along, helped me get some order and some guidance and structure,
Mm-hmm.
and it just it happened.
Yeah, it came to fruition.
Yeah.
And they say the hardest part is starting, like just starting.
Yep.
So.
Yep. That was the most challenging. Even though I started, I was all over the place. It's like okay, let's go on a road trip. Where we going?
Mm-hmm.
You're just all over the place. You're just gonna drive out willy-nilly. You know, you have no idea where you're going. That's where I was. I was like the children of Israel, in the wilderness, just wandering, roaming everywhere.
So you kind of just touched on it, but what was the most unexpected challenge you encountered while writing a book?
Maybe try to even get myself and the 3 girls
to buy in.
Yeah, to buy in
just to do their part.
and to contribute our own little segments into the book.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I saw the importance, but they are probably on a different level, and didn't really see what do I have to do it, or
right.
I mean, when do I got to do it, or how much time I got,
how long you got to do it?
Yeah,
right.
pages,
5 years, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So probably even just coordinating that,
holding everybody to deadlines.
Yeah.
Because once I finally got with Dr. Selden, okay, we got some timelines. I'm doing my part. I'm like, okay, look, I need y'all to do what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And so once I was like, okay, this is the deadline, a couple of deadlines. I told them, and I really had like 3 or 4 more days, but I pushed it up because I already knew. So, but
she already knew.
I already knew. So, but that was probably that and me personally, the procrastination. But on the flip side, God knew. He already knew. He knew when it was supposed to happen. And
he did too. God did.
So,
yeah, he knew. So that was probably just trying to get everybody and coordinating our schedules to make sure we were meeting deadlines.
Right.
So they say most marriages, well, no, I'm not going to say they say. Statistically, most marriages fail within 7 years. What is the key to a fruitful marriage? It seems like these days people don't really work things out anymore. Like they don't stay in for the long haul. What advice can you give?
It's too easy to just get a divorce.
Yeah. Don't go the easy way out.
Yeah.
Really.
To me, it's harder to get a divorce.
Yeah, don't do it. What people say that's what you should do. I mean, if it's in your heart to stick through it, fight through it. I mean, do it. I mean, and plus, we for us, I think we had great examples in our parents and grandparents.
And great-grandparents.
Yeah,
We're real.
So we had some good examples. It's by no means are we saying it was easy, but you got to like they say, just communication is probably the biggest thing. You don't have to be on the same page all the time, but if you talk some things through, talk it out, and agree to disagree and so forth. I mean, you can survive most of the low points.
So, how big of a role do you feel things like social media play into the relationships these days? Because like back in the day, once you left from in person, you wouldn't see a person again until you see them in person. So but now so much of your life is blasted. So much so many people want to put everything out in the forefront and let everybody have a piece of them. How do you feel that impacts relationships these days?
I think, well, for us, because we're so old school, it's probably a blessing that we were established before social media.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't even imagine, like, I feel bad for our girls. Trying
Man.
Well, that climate ain't it right now.
Yeah, I mean, we were laughing and joking. Back in the day, it's like, hey, can I get your number? And I was like, what's your Instagram?
What's your
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you grown and you ask somebody what's your Instagram or what's your Snapchat,
You better be in college doing that.
I would not even then, because then I feel like she gonna look at you like you a boy. Like you supposed to be a man.
I mean, that's what they doing nowadays, for sure.
That's what they doing.
If they don't have the sauce, that's what they doing.
They ain't got the sauce, right? I mean, to me, it's so simple just to have, let's talk. Can I get your number? Even if it's just to shoot you a text, You know, but social media, it can be dangerous if you're not established and have a firm foundation. So I know he kind of hit on the examples that we had. We are a rare breed, and I'm glad that our daughters recognize it. So my parents have been married for it'll be 58 years.
Get it right. Get it right.
They got married in 67. I'm doing the math. Anyway, it'll be 58 years in August. They've been married. His parents were married 50.
50.
Get it right.
Almost 52.
Yeah, almost 52 years. My
No,
grandparents,
51. Sorry.
both my mom's parents and my dad's parents, both were married until death, you know. Same with both of his grandparents. So it's extremely rare.
That's beautiful.
So even like yesterday, Laura mentioned, she was like, I don't know what divorce is because everybody in my family on both sides, people have just been married in longevity. So I attribute that to us having a strong and a solid foundation. Plus, you know, we friends, like this is my homie. I think that's what, even back in college, and I say we grew up together, but we were such good friends too. And if people don't have a good friendship and a mutual respect for one another, you ain't gonna have nothing.
For real.
Yeah. So since we're on the topic of marriage, we're gonna start the segment off marriage survival guide. So you guys just give us some quick little tips on people that's engaged and married. I'm engaged myself, so
Yeah.
if you could give 2 marital tips to an engaged couple, what would they be?
One of mine would be stay true to yourself.
So individuality.
Yeah. I mean, if that's who you were before, stay true to that.
Right.
I was DJ Get Live.
I'm still getting live.
Still getting live. I was an athlete. I'm still, well, not so much now, but stay true to it. Because if you up and down, now you either not true to yourself or true to your mate.
You acting like a phony now.
Yeah. So that's mine.
Yeah, but I agree. Don't lose your identity.
Yeah.
The other thing, one thing that we learned in our premarital counseling with Pastor Michael Jones, before he passed away, he did our counseling. He said, never ever play with the permanence of your relationship. And I was like, huh? And the most I thought about it, that's deep because some people get mad and, man, forget this. I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm filing for divorce. They so quick to just try to take the easy route and run away. We never did that. I don't think we've ever gotten mad enough with each other to want to say, man, I'm done or I'm walking away. It's never, ever. Thank God we've never had a valley point like that. But to play with the permanence of your relationship, don't do it. If you said I'm...
As soon as you bring it up, because they're going to remember that. Now it's in everybody here like, they
That
don't
one
leave
thing
me.
that's always stuck with me. Never ever play with it. That's serious. If you said I do for real, I'm in this thing.
Right.
Especially when somebody said I gotta obey.
Yeah. Pastor said obey. I was like, yeah, go ahead and say it.
Say it.
Oh man.
All right. And now, what 2 things should an engaged couple know about each other before they get married? What do you it's just your opinion. What do you think they should know about each other?
I think you should spiritually be on the same page. If you plan on, same page, because if you walking in the same pathway spiritually, my assumption you plan on, and if you plan to bring children into this world, you plan to bring them up the same way spiritually. That's probably the biggest thing I would say.
Yeah, I think I would say, know what their dislikes are.
Their triggers.
Yeah.
A good one.
That just kind of helps me. You can know everything that's good, but if you don't know what makes them pop off,
Right.
You'll
know what to stay away from.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, being a collegiate football player to renowned volleyball coach, talk to me about being an accomplished coach in volleyball, and how did you get into that sport?
I consider myself, at least I grew up at, 4-sport athlete. 3 sports in high school and played football in college. But when you got your girl dad, you got 3 daughters. They didn't want to play no football. They didn't want to play basketball. Nothing. So they want to play volleyball. And so I figured I have to learn it. And I was committed to learning it. But I think I'm pretty true to learning my craft so that's really what kind of got me initially into it. It's just because I had to be there to support them, and I needed to understand what they were doing, so if we can come talk at the house, like, well, you should have did this. I want to be able to talk the same language.
Right.
And I've always said, if I learn something, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grind it out. I'm gonna make sure I'm the best or whatever. Whether it's coaching, playing sports, or running an organization, I'm gonna win.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
It's that competitive spirit.
Yeah, I'm truly gonna win. If you allow me to learn it, granted, I did put myself in a position to learn from other people for sure. It's not like it came easy, so I had to take some guidance from other folks. Butler coach, my the head coach at Tinley, just to truly learn the game. Go to coaches clinics. But once I did, and it just really took off. But I knew because I had girls that's all they wanted to do, I had to be there. So if nothing else, that was my driving force for me.
Yeah.
Then as I start coaching other kids, and just kind of gaining some respect within the volleyball circle, coaching and just being good to kids, making sure they reach their dreams, whether you're the best player or not the best player. You still coach them the same. But I think for coaching wise, I had some great coaches in my life that I knew kind of what to do. Still stay low, talk, communicate, move your feet.
The basics.
Yeah, it's still
fundamentals don't change.
It's still the same.
Right.
So how did having kids change you all's relationship?
Priority shift.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, priority shift. Well, when we didn't have kids, like, okay, where are we going? We're gonna go out, But you start having kids, like, well, you can't do all that stuff.
Stop buying shoes.
Yeah, you got to buy milk. You got to buy stuff for the kids to make sure they're good. So your priority shift. And that becomes the focus. You still try to work on your relationship with your spouse or significant other, or whatever the case is. But it's just a shift in focus.
Bless you.
We kind of talk about that a little bit in the book. We weren't married when we had Lauren. So, yeah, that was
Was that the plan? Was that the plan?
No.
No.
She said, no.
Wasn't the plan. Definitely wasn't the plan.
Not at all. And we talk about that in the book, and I had to ask Lauren, do you mind if I tell? Because I'm being honest and transparent, and this is one of those things where, really want to put it all out there. Yeah, I'm going to be real. No, we weren't married. We had been together for a long time, but I was like devastated because I'm 27 years old. He's 27, but we still trying to navigate.
I was 26, so you're a little older than me.
No, sorry. He was 27. I was 20, whatever. I was 28 when she was born. Quit playing. So anyway, two-parent households on both sides. I'm scared. I'm good and grown. I'm 27 years old. I'm scared to tell my mom.
Were y'all living together?
No. I had my own condo. He was, he had moved, you had moved back in with your parents because he moved out that house and saving money, and he was back in school working on another degree and all that. So I was like, no.
So how was that beginning that first chapter in two separate homes?
Well, so this is funny. We didn't live together, but G had a toothbrush at my house. He would come over there. He probably stayed at my house 5 nights out the week.
Makes sense.
So he didn't technically live there, but he was there. And so even once Lauren was born, he would always be over there. We didn't actually end up officially living together until I don't know how long. She was right after we got engaged.
Yeah, it's like one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but he was always there. And like I said, at most maybe 2 nights a week he would just stay at home or whatever. But it wasn't any different. The presence was not any less.
So we're gonna talk a little bit more about the book. So what was the most rewarding moment you experienced during the writing process?
The end.
For me, seeing the book cover.
Mm.
We took our photos in June, and then having to go through and design the book cover and working back and forth with the guy who designed everything, and once we picked out our pictures we wanted to use, and actually it's like I equate it to like giving birth to a baby, something you've been waiting on forever, and it's finally here.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, wow.
It's your creation. It is your baby.
Yeah, and to see something that we have been working on for so long, it's like, wow, we actually did this. And then the day it was officially released. So, at least for me, that's my perspective.
Yeah, when I saw it on Amazon, I was like, oh, this is real deal.
This is
revenue.
This is official.
And launched our website. So, yeah. Like, man, you really did this.
Yeah, we growed up.
Yeah.
So here's soon you're gonna be part of the Empty Nester Club. Thoughts, plans, feelings. Personally, my parents, they've been empty nesters for quite a while, and they the first to tell you. They tell all the younger parents like that complain, oh, I can't wait to the nest is empty. They be like, take that time, appreciate that time, every moment, because you're gonna miss it when they gone.
My parents said the same thing.
Oh yeah, my mama, she be calling me random times. I'm like, come on. I'm like, come on, bro. Come on, ma.
It's gonna be once like London is graduates from school. It's obviously we're gonna probably look at each other what we're supposed to do now. We don't have no games to go. Well, we still probably have some games to go to, but what are we gonna do? We knowing us, we'll probably fill it with something else. Go support some other family members or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we probably looking at each other crazy. But it's one of those things where we know our kids are they're probably not too far away, so that if they got to come home, like we probably reluctantly come on.
Except Sydney, she'll probably be.
Yeah, come on, because we still love them. So, but yeah, it's gonna be different.
Yeah, see, y'all lucky. See, me and my siblings, we scattered across.
Yeah.
I think, well, of course, Lauren's a kind of, she's not very far. She's just in Richmond. Sydney is, of course, she's all the way in Louisiana. So
She ain't coming back.
it'll be miraculous if she comes back
She
here.
ain't coming back.
It'll be miraculous. Like right now, she's got 2 early acceptances to med school, so she's accepted into Penn State and Tulane. Both still far.
Mm-hmm.
So if she ends up back in the Midwest, I'll be shocked. London, I have no idea where she'll end up, but
Yeah, we in Indy, Seattle, Florida, and Arkansas.
oh yeah,
all over the place.
yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Whole bunch of traveling. Now, from which authors do you draw inspiration from? Do you have any authors that inspire you?
I used to, but I don't read as much as I used to. I love reading. I just don't. I'm not gonna say I don't have the time. I don't take the time like I used to.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
what
can't
kids
really.
do.
That's what they need to
That's
do.
what kids do. It take away from your time that things that you love doing.
Or I feel like I'm so tired, I pick up a book and I fall asleep. But
Yeah, nah. I'm gonna tell y'all, my degree was I had a concentration in reading. I don't like to read,
Oh yeah.
and I got a concentration in reading
Oh yeah.
He said that all
That
the
don't
time.
sound
all
right.
the time.
I don't
My
know.
favorite subject, math. So I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh, you like the rest of
You
the
wanted
house.
to torture yourself.
You like the rest. I'm the
It was
only
a
person in
challenge.
my house that loves reading. The rest of these, I don't understand.
I like
They
reading.
love math.
I like reading topics that interest me.
Yeah, it gotta be interesting.
Yeah.
Like sports.
I can read sports all day, you know. Favorite motivational speaker, I read that all day. Now you throw a book that I don't.
Well, you see, and that's just. I got tons of books over there, but I probably have 2 or 3 bins full of books. But I mean, I used to love like Terry McMillan, you know, authors like that. And years ago, Elin Harris, who's deceased, these are Black authors. Now, I probably wouldn't read that genre of material anymore. I'm just at a different place in my life. But most of the books I read now are probably more the spiritual, self-help type books.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't really have a favorite author right now.
That's all good. Because I don't have one either. So. Yeah.
I don't got one either, so I'm right with you. All right, you ready?
Nope.
I gave you your warning early, man. All right, we got a little segment we titled "He Knows Best."
Oh boy.
All right, so before you arrive, you know, I got the scoop on a couple of Miss Murray's favorite things. You know, we want to see if you're gonna get the answer right.
Nope.
Nope. All right, so we're gonna start it light. Favorite food. Oh man.
Favorite food? Her favorite food?
Yep.
Let's see. Well, I know she likes a good salad.
Mm-hmm. Restaurants are acceptable.
All right, okay. She loves to go to Mama Corolla's.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay.
Yeah.
That was one of the answers.
Where you like to go eat? See, where do we always go?
No.
Winging it.
No.
Winging it.
No.
Winging it.
That's the kicking spot.
Yeah, but probably anything involving some type of pasta. So.
Okay. We have.
What's that? Benihana.
Yeah, there you go. That's the 2 I was looking for. Okay, see, we all right. How does she like her coffee?
Not black.
I mean, technically that's right. Yeah, okay.
She put some cream in it. And, you know, go to McDonald's, is 1 cream and 4 Splendors.
You want it.
She said that's the exact answer you was gonna get. See, look, 2 for 2.
Okay.
You rolling. All right.
I've been cheating on the answers. Like,
Biggest pet peeve around the house.
yeah.
We probably have the same one.
Biggest pet peeve is probably somebody leaving their book bags all over.
A mess. Yep, there it is. There it is. All right, favorite movie.
Favorite movie. I know I just can't think of it.
Spicy.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I can't.
Can I give him a hint?
Yeah, please. I just need a small hint.
Lorenz Tate.
Is that Higher Lawyer? That's not Higher
No,
Lawyer.
I don't know that.
No,
I don't know
You know
that.
what happened in the movie?
no, I don't remember.
Neil Long.
I forget.
Poetry.
Yeah. What's that? I don't even know what's the name of it.
Love.
No, Love Jones.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you got it.
I knew it was one from the 90s. I just
Back in the day,
she
Color
got a
Purple
couple
was
that she
off.
liked.
Color Purple was also
Yeah, she loved Color
acceptable.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the new one?
It was alright.
It was more like a musical, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I'm
I don't
going
like
to
the
musicals, but
musicals.
It wasn't the same.
yeah, Color
All right,
Purple.
so-
And she could probably quote everything with Color Purple.
Just like Friday.
All right, so
Yeah.
this for all the marbles right here.
Oh boy.
What's her love language?
Her love language is probably anything God.
Acts of service.
Yeah.
Serve the Lord.
Yeah, that's
You
her
can
love
get
language.
there. You can get there
Yeah,
for sure.
I ain't thinking about that, but
yeah.
Okay, see, look.
Yeah, it wasn't
Do
too
we get a
bad.
chance to put her on the spot?
Nah, we I mean, we can.
You should have
Hey,
been
we
on.
can. Look, we can flip it. We can flip it right now. Wow.
Yeah, let's flip it.
Let's flip. All right, come on.
Mama Murray.
All right, Mama
Yeah.
Murray. What's Gene's favorite food?
Well, it used to be chitlins.
Used to
Oh
be.
my God! Cut the tape. Cut the tape.
Yeah, it smells like the good old shit.
I don't eat those.
Me either.
Yeah, I stopped.
I won't buy them.
Besides, other than that, I would say, well, give this man some scrambled eggs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tear up some eggs.
Yeah.
Or he's real simple, some hot dogs with bologna and cheese.
Hot dogs with the bologna and cheese?
Well, he'll put cheese
Or
on a hot
separate.
dog too.
Yeah. That's separate.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, either or, but yeah.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
ball cheese.
Nah, it ain't, yeah, fact. You ain't lying.
Hey, all right. How does he like his coffee?
Well, he really don't drink coffee, but every blue moon he'll drink coffee with
Probably do something
a
sweet.
little cream. I don't know how much sugar or whatever he put in his. But
Okay.
yeah.
Now that's a little cap though. I mean, I went to class most of the time. To most of the time, turn to sometimes, but sometimes shit happen. Down at my lowest, people they ain't even noticed. Call me a real, I'm a poet. I cop it and blow it. After college was my brokest. Gotta get shit back in motion. Down at my lowest, shit got me feeling so bogus. No one.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can tell you probably one of his favorite actors. He probably loves every movie he's in. What's his name?
Liam Nelson.
Yes, Liam Nelson.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he was in
all the Taken movies.
yeah, the Taken movie.
Mm-hmm.
anything that guy's in, he's on.
What you like about him?
No, it's
He's
just
real
the
serious.
action. I mean, I
Yeah.
love action type movies and CIA, FBI type.
John Wick fan?
Yes, John Wick
Okay.
fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, John. You know, all the Bourne movies.
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne. You know,
Yeah.
I like any of those.
Transporter back in the day.
Yeah, you know,
Transporter was
any of the, even the military type movies that have a lot of action in them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just.
I just went to go see Den of Thieves too. You seen
Oh,
Den of
yeah,
Thieves?
it's good.
No, I haven't
Yeah,
seen
it's
it.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all should go see it for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. So last question. What's his love language?
Mm.
I would say acts of service because he does things for people. He's a kind person, and he will. Example, like this morning, I was asking Sydney. I was like, I need gas in my car. He said, I already put gas in the car.
Mm.
You know, stuff like that.
On
He'll
top
go-
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he'll go and if he knows I'm getting up to leave in the morning, sometimes he might go out and start the car and warm it up, or he always, every day on his way home, he'll call and say, hey, do you need anything? But he can stop and get something from the store. Without fail. Everything. That's every day, literally. Hey, do you need anything? I'm on my way home.
Beautiful. Take notes, young fellas. Take
Yeah.
notes.
Take notes.
Yeah. So I would say he just acts of service, making sure we are good. Do you or the girls need anything? He's always check to make sure we have what we need.
God bless him.
Yeah, yeah.
So you want to shout out your volleyball club before we?
Yeah, so I've been coaching at Red Volleyball Academy. It's on the east side, 16th and Shaden. So this is our year 5. I'm one of the original coaches
Mhm.
at Rev, and this is a growing, program that's still going through its bumps, but we got some great coaches, some great kids, some great families that just try to go if they love the sport. We just try to.
Are you particularly like trying to get kids from the east side, or do it really
No, it
matter?
doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, we can have families that up from Noblesville to Shelbyville to the west side.
I know,
east
so
side.
Where
I-
families travel.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and I know the volleyball sport is growing,
Yeah,
so
it's
they need
the
more
fastest growing
clubs.
sport,
Mm-hmm.
even over basketball.
Mhm.
Amongst young people. I just love coaching the game, and if I'm coaching, I think most people know if I'm coaching you, I'm all in. So that's where I've been coaching for the past. Again, this is year 5 for me at Rev. Our oldest daughter coaches at Rev. Our youngest plays at Rev. Our middle daughter played at Rev. So.
Rev is family too.
It's history.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it.
I got a few students that play volleyball, so I might be sending. I'm gonna try to send them your way.
Yeah,
I know she's playing like with Team Indiana right now, but
Yeah.
you know, I
That's
try
what
to you feel me, get on up out of there.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You know,
You poaching
but
players
honestly,
live?
it's some
I ain't say no names.
it's some good clubs around Indiana. You know, but at the end of the day, if you have to have the right coach that's going to coach you with love and
Bring
really
the best
put
out
the,
of you.
because everybody can't coach everybody. You know,
Mhm.
so the coaches got to be able to bring the best out of kids. Because if they don't, you spend a lot of money, you're not getting what you really think you might have paid for.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
You want to go ahead and shout out the book before we?
Yes, the Family of Miracles. We are the Family of Miracles. Where's your faith when God interrupts the pattern? So basically, when life comes along and throws you a curveball, like COVID was just one of many, just a brief, many instances of issues, but I was diagnosed with breast cancer just a few months after COVID. And God told me that He was going to use me to show others what faith looks like. So that was the night after I had my biopsy. I didn't have my results, but I knew in that moment that meant I was going to be getting a positive diagnosis. And He said, especially Gene. And so I knew that this was going to be a bigger faith journey. And at that point, I feel like my faith went from 0 to 100, literally like a supernatural thing. And if you don't mind, can I explain what this is?
Go.
So you see that these are steps. And on the front of each step, these are issues and challenges that we have faced as a family. And you can see that health issues, a lot of what's in the book is health issues. Individually, we have all had challenges. Job loss, which of course affected our finances. Depression, Sydney talked about that, navigating her way through COVID and being shut down during her junior year. Grief, dealing with loss and family and death of not just people, but just situations, jobs. And so with each challenge that we had to literally face, so that you're looking head on, you're facing these challenges, but you're standing on faith. And every time you overcome one of these challenges that you face, your faith grows and it gets bigger. So I don't know if you're able to see, but every faith gets larger until finally you're at the top. Your faith continues to grow after you face so many challenges. So that is the point of this little display. That's all.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
As you face a new challenge, your faith is God is stretching you. He's taking your faith. You go, as they say, from faith to faith. So I wouldn't trade anything for the journey that we have been on.
I might steal that idea. Might make that a project for my kids or something like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So yeah. But so the Family of Miracles, it can be they can purchase it on www.thefamilyofmiracles.com. It's also available on Amazon, but if you purchase through our website, you get an autographed copy.
Oh, there you go.
Come on now.
It is. You never know
on
when the
now.
second edition coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know. God may give us some more. Not that I want more content, but He may send us back out there to the writing field. You never know.
Definitely got some more to talk about.
Yeah.
So we want to congratulate you on the lab complete. We look forward to seeing you guys in the future. It's a great time talking to you. As we conclude this episode, we want to thank you for joining us for episode 6. Man, be in tune for what we got coming up for this year, 2025. You never know who you might see coming up. Appreciate you for your time. Victory Laps out. Yeah.